Hello, my name is Nell and I have things to say about disability, chronic illness and mental health. I live with all of these things and have done for a very long time, and that means I have a lot of experience and wisdom to share, and hopefully some of that could be of benefit to some of you. If that sounds like something that interests you, I would love it if you would subscribe to the channel. Come back every Wednesday when I upload new videos. Let me know what you think of my videos in the comments section, and if you know of somebody who would benefit from or enjoy one of my videos, please feel free to share it with them. Today I have a personal story to share about access, or the lack of access. About a month ago, I participated in a local singing competition, a vocalist Edford, and I called months in advance to let them know of my needs. I told them that I was in a large wheelchair, and I asked if there would be stage access for me. I was told there would be not a problem. I would absolutely be able to get my wheelchair on the stage. I registered. There was issues with my registration. It didn't fully go through, and so the week before, I realized I wasn't on the program. So I called and I said, "Look, there's been some issue. I haven't turned up on the program." So they double checked, saw that my registration hadn't gone through, put me on the list, and then a few days later, they said, "Hey, we just wanted to let you know you've been misinformed. We cannot get your wheelchair on the stage. You will not be able to perform on the stage. You will have to park your wheelchair on the floor in front of the stage and sing from there." I was quite heartbroken. I had been looking forward to an opportunity to be on the stage like everybody else, to have the same opportunity as everybody else. But that was not to be. The irony of it was that I was performing 2 original songs that I had written about disability, and one of them contained the words, "I ask for what I need, get told I should settle for less. I know exactly what I need, don't take that away from me because of my disability." I sang that on the floor with an inaccessible stage behind me. The thing that struck me, though, was the amount of miscommunication and misunderstandings. I arrived at the theatre and told my accompanist, who would be playing piano for me for some of my songs, one of my songs, that I would not be on the stage with him because there was no wheelchair access. And he said, "I'm sure there's wheelchair access." He was familiar with the theatre. So he ran around and saw, well, no, there is a ramp for equipment and then there's steps after it. Okay, there wasn't wheelchair access. So when I performed, they had to move a speaker down on the ground, a microphone down on the ground, and then back up again for the other performance, up and down multiple times. In the end, I won 2 prizes for my performances. 5 contestants stood on the stage, and I had to wheel up to the base of the stage and have my award passed down to me. Even at the beginning, they said, "Can all the competitors come backstage?" And I just had to sit in the theatre. I could not come backstage because there is no way for my wheelchair to get backstage. No access. It was humiliating. It was mortifying. It was dehumanizing. It was just excluding. I don't know if that's a word, but I was excluded. I felt so excluded. I felt so othered. Afterwards, I emailed the local arts council and the local theatre. I emailed the theatre and I explained what happened. I explained how I felt. I received very heartfelt apologies from them, and I appreciated that. In particular, the theatre told me their big list of plans to upgrade the theatre, to improve access. The thing was that they were also building a smaller theatre that was fully accessible with a fully accessible stage. That's where this competition was meant to be held, which is why I was told that I was going to have full access, because that was the intended location, which would have had complete access for my wheelchair. And it changed at the last minute without me being told. But their plans were to finish that new theatre before upgrading the old one. And the upgrades will be great. But part of me thinks, did you really have to wait the 6 years to build the new theatre before you could at the very least, put in a permanent wheelchair lift? As it is, they have to hire a wheelchair lift every time they have a wheelchair using performer. And they could not do that when it was just me. They do that when they do an entire wheelchair choir or the entire group of disabled kids performing at these vocalist Edfords. but they couldn't do it just for me. Part of the issue is that the building was built in the late 80s. The Disability Discrimination Act came into use in 1992. So in the late 80s, this building was not legally required to consider the needs of disabled people. And so they are left with a building that structurally is not built with access in mind. However, it's been 31 years. It's been 31 years since the Disability Discrimination Act has been in place. And I'm being given reasons why, like, they're working on things and they've just been given grants and things like that. But surely there has been a way, there have been options to fundraise locally to at least get a wheelchair lift. He gave me a big list of major changes that they're doing. Okay, I understand that that takes time and money, but a wheelchair lift just to get people on the stage? How much does that take? How much time and money does that take? And has it really had to take 31 years? Because in that 31 years, not having access to the stage has been illegal in Australia. I ended up writing another song about it called The Great Divide. Tell me, why can't I be on a stage, sharing my songs and my stories, note by note, page by page? I want to be free, but this world around me is my cage. I want to be up on that stage just like anybody else. And I will push until it happens. That's all for this one. Very personal. Let's push. Let's push to make change happen. All right. That's all for this one. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to check out my Instagram, my TikTok. Follow me on Facebook. All right. Bless.